assumed the Pink Ranger power, and just in time. We were under attack.
Oh yeah, and there was that period where time kind of reversed and we all became children and a bunch of aliens took over for us, and Aisha remained behind in Africa in the past, except she became a teenager again when time was restored, and her family moved over to Africa too, and then this girl named Tanya joined us, and, well, I guess all of that wasn't important. Also, Kimberly dumped me. Welcome, my friends, to Power Rangers Dino Thunder. The season begins with the two-parter Day of the Dino. In a flashback, we see this mysterious martial arts expert escaping from an island as it explodes around him, chased by the Stingwingers' demonic cousins. Yes, it's Tommy, who jumps into the water to avoid the blue screen explosion. According to Jason David Frank, he returned to the series as a favor to Doug Sloan, who told him that the ratings were in decline. Several years later, we see him entering Reefside High School and become a science professor. We also meet Cassidy, a reporter for the school's TV show, and Devin, her bumbling cameraman. Tommy notices a kid in the class is missing, which would be Connor McKnight, who's practicing soccer instead of going to classes. When his goalie asks about them getting in trouble for this, our wise and future Red Ranger has this to say.
Don't worry about Randall. She's a woman, and women are just grown-up girls. Need I say more?
I think you've said quite enough, Mr. McKnight.
Principal Randall, I have heard such great things about you.
Vicious rumors, I can assure you.
We also meet Ethan, the local nerd, or at least this show's interpretation of a nerd, and Kira, the resident guitar player and woman who needs to learn that you don't need to apply 15 layers of makeup to your face. The three are given a week's detention, and Tommy the task of watching the three as he goes to a museum outside of town. He sends them off on a wild goose chase while he investigates, discovering that the museum's now under management of Anton Mercer Industries, something he says is impossible. The three fall into a giant sinkhole, and a CGI T-Rex chases after Tommy. Tommy, being a badass, roundhouse kicks the thing, but to no avail. You know, Tommy's got to be having deja vu right now. The three wander around a cave while the T-Rex smashes into a road, revealing it to be a robot. Man, serious deja vu. The teens discover the entrance to a hidden laboratory and 3 gems in the center of the room. They each take one as they start to glow. By the way, the three have all been bickering with one another. It does a good job of establishing characterization, though it does get kind of grating after a while. The three run off as the foot soldiers of the season chase after them, Kira suddenly becoming Black Canary thanks to her gem. Kira displays some martial arts prowess while Ethan's skin suddenly becomes super strong and rock hard. Connor gains super speed and they fight off the foot soldiers. This is the first real season to display what's known as civilian powers. They were technically present in Ninja Storm as well, but I wrote that off for the fact that, well, they were using magical ninja powers anyway, so it didn't really count. This season, though, there's no excuse. I do not like civilian powers at all. Part of the idea of Power Rangers is that they morph in order to gain superpowers to fight evil. That while they might be good fighters as civilians, the powers make them, well, powerful. Civilian powers cheapen the morphing, making it seem like the suits are just an afterthought. They really have no purpose but to add special effects to unmorphed fights. Except we don't want special effects in unmorphed fights. Those fights are supposed to show our heroes kicking ass with martial arts. The next day, Kira gives up her gem to the others, saying she doesn't want anything to do with this. Cassidy says that there's something odd about Tommy, especially after she called Angel Grove High and they wouldn't give her any information about him.
I mean, seriously, I called Angel Grove High and they wouldn't tell me anything. It's like his private records are some big secret.
Yeah, I kind of thought that was why they called them private records.
She equally becomes suspicious when she sees the three teens talking to each other, since the three are from different cliques and have never taken a glance at each other. Why do I get this weird feeling that Cassidy was supposed to be on the set of Bratz the movie but got lost and ended up here? Anyway, Kira gets kidnapped by the foot soldiers, and the other two decide to head to Dr. Oliver's house. And how exactly does Ethan just search on his phone for Tommy's address? The two enter his house, and Connor starts playing with his stuff.
Hey, remember what happened last time you did that? Dude, the guy's a teacher. Batman.
Well, Tommy's gone through 4 other costume changes, so why not Batman, too? The two end up back in the lab. Tommy explains that the creatures that took Kira were called Tyrannodrones.
And you know that because
I helped create them.
Oh, class project?
It's a long story.
Our main villain makes his presence known to Kira, who seems to take the dinosaur man rather well. The villain, Mesagog, is apparently very stealthy since he keeps teleporting behind Kira. We also meet his henchwoman.
You got a name? You kind of look familiar.
My master calls me Elsa.
Your master?
Man, Mesagog's into some kinky stuff. Kira actually manages to fight off Elsa, though she seems more surprised by her ability to fight than anything else. A portal suddenly opens up and she escapes through it. Tommy explains that the Tyrannodrones weren't meant to be used the way they are, that a few years back he was researching ways of fusing dinosaur DNA and technology. Okay, Tommy, seriously, what purpose does that kind of research serve unless you plan to become a supervillain with an army of cyborg T-Rexes? He was working with a scientist named Anton Mercer, who vanished just before their laboratory was attacked by Mesagog. Kira lands on top of their car, and Tommy explains that she went through an invisiportal, which was completely visible, so the name makes no sense. Oh, and sadly, we still have the stock music from Ninja Storm. You sure about that? The 4 fight the monster and the Tyrannodrones. A little trivia note on Tommy's fighting. Longtime fans of the show know that Tommy likes to say his little fighting, "Ayah!" and "See, ayah!" Well, apparently Disney didn't know that and passed on a memo to him asking him to stop swearing during the fight scenes.
How is that swearing?
The forces retreat and Mesagog starts
it.
planning an assault on Reefside.
Launch your aerial assault. The citizens of Reefside will think that idiot Lothar has returned to town.
I like Mesagog already. The next day, the city is engulfed in darkness as Mesagog releases Biozords to attack the city. The teens go to Tommy and they all head to his lab, where he explains that he helped build them as well. Tommy further says that the 3 need to tame the Biozords to stop them.
Ever since I found the Dino gems, I've had these waiting, in case I ever needed to harness their powers.
Into what?
Dinomorphers. Use these to become Power Rangers.
I gotta sit down. Breathe, dude.
We can't be Power Rangers. Aren't you supposed to fly or have superhuman strength and stuff like that?
You do.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Your gems are from the asteroid that crashed into Earth millions of years ago, wiping out the entire dinosaur population.
Oh, goody! They gain their abilities from the power of extinction and genocide. He says the gems chose them and have already bonded with them, but that Mesagog need only destroy them to steal the power of the gems. The 3 take the Morphers.
So now what? Do we need some kind of secret password or command?
All you have to do is say Dino Thunder, power up, and you'll be transformed. You'll know what to do.
Dino Thunder. Oh, did you come up with that? I kind of like it. You would.
Look, I know you 3 are from different worlds. I get it. But you're gonna have to work together, or this will never happen. This won't be easy. Nobody knows that better than I do. But you're gonna have to believe in yourselves. Because I believe in you.
Really?
Really.
He takes them to the Biozords as Zeltrax appears.
You'll have to get past me before you get those swords.
That's the part I'm looking forward to. You guys ready?
Oh yeah.
Ready! Ready!
Dino Thunder, power up. Oh, great. Oh crap, I messed up even more. I love how they morph. The way they morph is so awesome.